Here's Miss Mellisa, go! There she is.
So excited. Oh, definitely not nerve-wracking. All right. Here. First of all, how is everybody doing? Great to hear. Thank you, Miriam, for making all of this big event possible for all of us women. Appreciate you always and really your mentorship and all of your help. And okay, let's do this. So I'm supposed to talk about, by the way, my name is Mellisa. 4 kids total. I have my little toddler and my my husband is right there trying to motivate from where he stands. And, okay, and let's see. This business, I'm supposed to talk about how I got my husband to see the light, right? That was a very catchy. I love the question. I think I'm still working on that. Did you see the light? No, he did. But, you know, made my notes. But I think I'm just gonna speak from the heart. Okay? So, how did I get my husband to see the light? I remember, you know, I've been pretty much working ever since I was 17 years old. So day in, day out, you know, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And at one point I was a single mom and I've just felt like I've just been running and running. I don't know if I was running away from something or running towards something, and I don't know, good money, but my life was somewhat, it still felt so empty, right? The only thing that really inspired me was, it wasn't the money, it was my son. And then, so many other stuff, and then, you know, Peterson came to my life, and then WFG. Man, it's been an amazing journey so far. I've only been in the business for about 3 years, and the people that we're associated with, the people that we're working with, I mean, practically I feel like I'm wanting to go to work every single day. I mean, who does that? Like, that's not even possible if you're working in any job. I mean, most of the time you go to your work, you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and from there, everything is just, okay, one after another. You get things done, you come home, and then afterwards, you still feel so empty. While here, it almost feels like I finally arrived. I mean, I'm not arrived, I'm barely beginning really, but, you know, I finally feel like I'm home, you know? Our entire lives, I mean, we've always listened to our parents, right? We're told about what to do. And the only thing that we could really do is, yeah, okay, say yes. Whatever your dad tells you, okay, I'm gonna do it. Whatever your mom tells you, yeah, sure. Your brother, your neighbor, your teacher, everybody, right? And then here, you know, you're encouraged to speak your mind. You're encouraged to find you, because we've always been the great daughter, the great sister, the great neighbor, the great mom, the great wife, but there's always a part of me that's wanting to find the best me. I don't know if anybody who can relate to that. Not alive? Seriously? Come on. So it's just, you know, just being here, it's so much more enjoyable. The people that I'm working with, all of the experiences, and what we do for families, it's amazing. It's amazing. When I got started, I mean, when Peterson and I got started, I remember, you know, he wasn't even in the game with me. He's just like, oh my gosh, you know, how could you do this? It's not a good idea. They're a scam. They're not a legit company, blah, 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 blah. And we were literally arguments every single day. But, you know, I've done enough research to where I know that if I just stay long enough and stick to the people that makes me feel good about myself, and it's always fun and just uplifting. This is like my safe haven, because everything else outside of that, gosh, it was just chaotic, right? And so being here, so my entire life I've been running and running and running and running, right? Really, all I've ever wanted to do is I just want to be able to sleep. I just wanted to sleep. But because I had to work, single mom and everything, I would work 14, 16 hours a day, every single day. How in the world can you enjoy your income with that kind of schedule? I mean, really, you're just, and that's what a lot of us do, I think. You know, we get stuck in the, what do you call it, the rut, well, that one, the rat race, the rut, literally. And we forget about how it is to really live life, right? I mean, question for you guys. Why do we go to work every day? Anybody? To pay bills, that's one. Okay, what else? Deeper, something deeper. Why do we go to work? Why do we slave away? Why do we get up every single day at 5 o'clock in the morning and then sleep 12 midnight every single day? For what reason? To have a better life, right? So for me, it was just more like, you know what, I don't want my son to go through whatever it is that I went through. I don't want him to be getting up in the morning and then working 7 days a week. And then I met Peterson, and he's so young, and I just thought, man, this lovable man, it's just, I gotta retire him somehow, because he's been working all of his life too. And there's too many things that I want to accomplish, rather than just being the great everybody else that they want me to be. For whatever reason, there's that part of me that just want to be the great me. I want to be great at something. I want to be able to say that, you know what? I've done the best I can. I took care of everybody else, and now I'm going to go ahead and take care of myself. This time, I'm going to prioritize my needs. I'm going to prioritize what I do and all the things that makes me happy. You know why? Happy mom and a happy wife will be more than willing and capable to take care and do more for everybody else, right? And so, is it 15 minutes? Okay, so, okay, we'll go back to my list, thank you. How did we get them to, thank you. How do we get them to see the light? Just be passionate, be passionate. More passionate than you ever have been with your husband or boyfriend or whoever that may be, right? So why? Because if you happen to be with someone that's like an alpha male, the first thing, if you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is you're just excited about life, like, oh my gosh, I gotta get to the BPM, I gotta get dressed real good, and just, I want to go to work. They start wondering, what the heck is going on, right? Why is she happy? And with alpha male, they need to be your center of attention all day and all night. So when you're happy about something, okay, when you're happy about something that has nothing to do with them, well, believe me, the next BPM, they're going to be right there just to scan the territory. Who's the other alphas over here? You know? So that's one. Importance. So importance and a priority. So they must be able to see how important this is for you. I mean, I don't think we could expect our husbands or our spouse or, you know, our other half to really support us and give it all they have and kind of prioritize our needs and desire and wants over theirs if we're not really fully committed ourselves. I mean, you know, I realize that. And so the beginning of the business, he said no. And I knew that I only had such a limited time to prove something. I told him, you know what, you need to give me 3 months. I know they're not a scam. I mean, they're legit. I have called pretty much almost, I mean, we have so many providers that we're working with, so many great companies. I called, I don't know how many of them to just find out if they're really working with WFG. Because I know who I'm going to have to report to, right? If I mess up, oh my goodness. I can only imagine. So, and so I pushed, and at the time, so I have my little one. He was 4. He was about 3 to 4 years old, and then we have 4 kids total combined. I have 2 of my own, and so I was taking care of the kids, being a great wife, being the perfect mom, and then at the same time going to school. And I have my own catering company, and I was helping him in his own business too. So, you know, I only had 1 day out of the week to do the business. So I booked appointments from 9 o'clock. Like I remember I told my trainer at the time, I just said, you know what? Secure your 1 day for me. I promise you, I'm gonna book it up no matter what, but I need you from 9 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, 1 day a week. And so I did that for about 4 to 6 weeks, and my first income was $3,700, something to that sort. It's not a lot, but I was proud of it because I finally proved that holy guacamole, we actually can get paid. They are legit, right? And so, you know, so Peterson was just at home, like, wait, who's all these people? What are they doing at home, right? So I made it look like it's fun, just appointments, 1 day out of the week, $3,700, and the next thing you know, he was coming in and he was just saying, you know, no, thank you. Like, okay. He was just coming in and he said, you know, I think you're going to need help. You're going to need assistance. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to hire somebody. No. It has to be me because, you know, we work together. I said, oh, we work together. Because I wouldn't let him spend the $3,700. I mean, I figured if I had to work all by myself, then nothing's going to go to you too. So then he decided, he said, you're going to need help. Send me out, right? Importance and priority. If that doesn't get him to move, second option, you have got to be seriously depressed about life. You're just like, the joy is completely out of you. You walk around like a dead zombie and you just, oh my gosh, my life is so meaningless without you in the business with me. Oh, that works. And the front of the challenge, yeah, they love to compete all the time. They love competing, they love all those awards. And I remember, you know, I used to just show him how much fun I was having, and I was getting recognized left and right, and I was coming home with trophies, and it didn't say Peterson Go. It said Mellisa, right? And so, I was going, oh, that's a lot about, what is that? Oh, Todd, oh my gosh, yeah, it was great being on that stage. Everybody was clapping, man, I had a blast. It's like, oh. The next thing you know it, he's right there to take over. He wants that stage. He wants all of those trophies. And I'm okay with that, you know? That's what I was trying to accomplish anyway. So, lastly, I think results must speak for itself. We've got to be able to deliver. We've got to be able to do it fast. And, you know, I'm so grateful for everybody, especially Miriam and Paul and just all the individuals that are so humble that they're making over millions and hundreds of thousands already. And I thought that making 100K, I mean, we just had our ring. It's 100K, and the run was actually for about 5 to 6 months. And the 6 months, I spent half of the time sleeping, because that's what I've been wanting to do all my life, right? Sleep. So the first thing I did when I got here, work 6 months and then sleep the rest of the other 6 months. But we're not doing that anymore. Now we're really full time, right? Seriously. And so, what else? Let's see. Oh. Objections, right? Objections. I think a lot of people somewhat expect women to fail. Somehow they think we're too delicate, or you know, we get knocked down easily. We're not strong enough, and I think if we really want something bad enough, we'd be able to find it in ourselves to somewhat, for whatever reason, just get that darn courage and think, you know, I don't know if a lot of you guys have kids here, but that is like, they are the love of my life, #1 priority. So when it comes to you running into a lot of troubles, a lot of problems, you know, you just gotta take a look at your kids, and man, the lights that I see in their eyes every time we get awards, it's almost as if they're getting it for themselves. And then you come home, they wait for you, and they're like, Mom, so did you close? He's 5 years old, okay? Did you close? I'm like, so you kind of have to close, because you don't, you don't want to come home and say, oh, you know, honey, not this time. So it's just, and our kids, they're part of the business. They love this business more than anything else. They take it to heart. They pray, they even pray about the business, and they pray about everybody else too. And now the list is getting longer and longer because they're knowing more people, and it's just, oh, please bless this family, bless this person, help him get his ring, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I love the journey. I love everybody here, and I love you guys, and I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful that I'm just here, and it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. And I hope you guys would keep your mind open and just get out there, and if there's walls, go through the freaking walls and just, excuse me, you know, just go through it and just see if it's for you. But if you are going to give it a shot, make sure that you're going to give it everything you've got. That's it.